All right, so since we're back on the recording, so this again was called the glottis, which is this tube that exists right here, okay? Helps males primarily be able to talk, okay? And then as well, the other thing that we covered in this video that we didn't have in the other one was gonna be these volarine teeth, which are right here. You can literally hear me scratching them if you were close enough to the microphone. All right, so there's only one other thing that you need to know. In here, I say one other, there's two technically other things, but one other thing that really matters at this point in time, and hold on, I'm gonna get it out of the way so we can see. So if I were to point to the back of his throat, what would you guys call that big hole that goes to the back inside of his intestines?
Esophagus.
There we go, his esophagus. And his esophagus is technically made of two things, is it not? What?
Pharynx and larynx.
Not
Muscle.
Trachea and pharynx.
a trachea, right? A trachea and a larynx, basically. His pharynx and larynx are kind of closely related. So one of those is for breathing. One of those is for his ability to obviously be able to swallow and eat. So if I were to point at the back of his throat, which in this case you can see he's got all of this mess in, okay? But if I were to point at the back of his throat, you would just call this his esophagus. I'm trying to get this where you can see. So,
Are we
like
going to have a throat without crap in its throat?
go ahead. What? In his case, what's happened is that he's basically pushed part of his intestines forward. That's kind of what happened when he died. So, all right. So the only other structure that you need to know is another two holes that you will easily be able to see and that you already know should be going to something else on the outside. So everybody look, you've got, I'm going to turn him. Remember these two holes that were up here? So these are internal nares. Look at the back of his throat on the left and the right side and notice those two holes. There's one here and there's another one on the other side right here. What do you think these holes are?
Internal.
No,
Hey, think about this. If this went to his nares, right, where do you think this would go to?
Tympanic membrane.
There we go. So these holes are what we call eustachian tubes. We have the same thing. It's what balances us, creates equilibrium. It's what fills with fluid when we're sick, and so we kind of feel like we're dizzy, etc. So those eustachian tubes go directly to his tympanic membrane on the outside. He uses it the same way we do, balance, right? So you'll see that information as well in your section that's there. So as of right now, you have seen every external structure and every internal structure that exists, okay, as far as mouth. So tongue, internal nares here with these two holes that are in this place, his volarine teeth, his maxilla has teeth, his mandible does not. He has a glottis, which is this pink structure that exists from the tongue backwards. He has eustachian tubes, which are these holes that go to his tympanic membranes. I'm getting off camera, sorry. These holes here that go to his eustachian tube, and he has an esophagus that feeds the back of his throat. And again, an esophagus is basically a trachea for breathing, and of course then also carries his food backwards for him to be able to eat. And then of course you know all your external structures because we've already been over those. Yes, Ms. Shauna Gandenberger, go.
you said that the eustachian tubes are the equivalent to what for us? Like,
So they are they are equivalent to a eustachian tube. We have one as well. In our ear, that's it. Yes, in our ears we have eustachian tubes. They're basically a balance. That's what when kids
okay.
when kids get their ears tubed, that's what they're working in.
That makes sense.
All right. Are there any other questions from anybody about external structures or mouth structures on the frog?
No.
So if you look at your notes, you will notice that page 1 gives you all your orientation. If you will pay attention to the things that are written, it will give you some nice advice. Like notice number 3 on external structures. It says identify the eyes which have a non-movable upper and lower lid, but can be covered with a nictitating membrane which serves to moisten the eye. In other words, it's telling you what I would ask you. I'd say, hey, what is this? Tyler would say nictitating membrane. I would say, what's its purpose? Tyler says he uses it to shoot laser beams out of his eyeballs. He didn't get that question right. Okay? But when he says it uses it to moisten his eye, ding, 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 he's okay. All right? So basically you will see on this sheet what it's giving you. It's giving you all the information laying out in front of you. Okay? So no big deal there whatsoever. All right? So any other questions at all about any of that? Or we all feel good and comfortable? We're all okay.
Good and comfy.
Okay. All right. So today you have an external structures quiz. You will take that again. You can take that as many times as you want. Doesn't matter. But your first one that you take from me, it's going to go into the thing. Again, please notice something. There is not a timer that you are watching. There is a timer that I'm watching. It's a 5-minute video. If Tyler gets every question right and it takes him 55 minutes, I know that Tyler just sat there and stared down at his piece of paper and gave answers. I'm not giving Tyler 100 for that effort. So it's a 5-minute video. There's 10 questions at most, maybe 8 on external structures. So it shouldn't take you 10 minutes to take that quiz. You watch the video, you listen to me blab for 3 minutes, and then you answer some questions, and then it's over, hit submit, and you're finished. Okay? Please understand. Do what, Tyler?
Can you go ahead and open it now? Like after this is done?
I'll look as soon as I get off here. Yeah. All right, look, the one thing that you also need to know is that if you do not hit, I think the submit button's down at the bottom. If you try to close the quiz, no, the submit button will show up at the end of the video. So if you get to the end of the video, it will pop up and say end quiz or complete. If you answer the questions and then stop, you are going to be hosed because it's not going to keep any answer, and then you're going to not do it. You're going to take a 0. So make sure you at least go to the end of the video and hit submit, I'm done, finished, etc. Okay? If that makes any sense. All right, any other questions from anybody at this point in time, or do we all feel good about what's going on?
Good.
All right, look, everybody enjoy your day. Tomorrow I'll see you at 10. I will make a new video schedule, and I kind of replace the link that's on there now for Wednesday if you're accessing it that way. I'll make a new video schedule for tomorrow, and then we will rock and roll, and I will start opening him up. We'll look at some internal structures at that point in time. Okay? Quiz today, due at midnight.
So
Quiz
we're doing
tomorrow,
at 10 again?
Huh? Question?
We're meeting at 10 again tomorrow?
Yes. Meeting at 10
Okay.
again tomorrow. If we get done with everything tomorrow, then we'll be done. But I don't know that we will. So it'll probably take us Thursday's meeting, and then we'll be finished. I'll give y'all through Friday, the weekend, and maybe Monday, and then we'll start looking at what we're going to do with it.
Homework this week?
No, there is no homework this week. No, not unless y'all really want some.
No, that homework is hard. I have 280.
It's not hard.
Yes, it is. I've been doing so bad.
You made like a 98 on that one, I think.
No, I made an 86 and an 83.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you did. Somebody
Heard
made a 98.
my 93 in the grade book.
I made 100.
Yeah,
Shut up, Hayden.
I'm pretty sure Hayden.
I made it 98.
Shut up, Palazzo.
All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna miss you again. I'll see you tomorrow at 10, and we'll cut a frog open, and we'll go from there.
Tell Miss Jenkins I'm mad at her.
I will.
Hey, are there any teachers in there we can say hey to?
No, they both left. I think I bored them to death with my frog. I think
Who else
after they
was in
walked
there?
in and I was saying anus on the frog, they were done. They finished it at that point. All
I
right.
want to talk to people.
Okay.
Hey, I'll tell her to get another Zoom thing, Hayden, set up so that you guys can get back together.
Okay.
Hey, bye.
All right, guys. See ya.